Alright guys, so we are back in the forge. This project is actually going to be a wrench knife, which I don't know where I put the wrench now. So, oh, it's on my table over here. I got it. So we're making a small wrench knife. I didn't want to go straight to my big wrenches and before I do one of these, because I've never done a wrench knife, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. My initial thought was to isolate this and try to kind of work it back into the material, but I think I'm going to end up with an extra long blade that I don't necessarily want for this design. I wanted kind of a shorter knife, so I think what I'm going to do is round that out, cut it off, and then we'll work out the flat section of the wrench itself. So if you look here, I've kind of redesigned everything, so that's up a little bit higher now. Everything's at a better working height. Got my forge set up on a stand. Not necessarily a stand, it's an old side table that I had. So, all right, my stepson Gabriel's gonna help us out. We're gonna light the forge, do some hammering, get this cut off, and we're gonna make a wrench knife. Turn it on. So I'm taking a bit of advice from Alex Steele. I never really thought about it when I made knives before, but if you forge the tip going up, when you go to hammer in your bevels, your tip's just gonna keep curving up more. So what I'm gonna try to do on this one is have it angled down, and then when I do the bevels, it should work its way up. Because I was trying to debate whether to do a karambit or do a more traditional knife. I'm going to do a more traditional knife with just a shallow slope up. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so now I've got a fairly decent shape. The tip's giving me a little bit of trouble, but some grinding will definitely fix that. What I'm going to try to do now is I want more of a transition between this section. So I'm going to put it on the edge of the anvil, and we're just going to hammer at the top, kind of at the spine of the handle, and see if we can get more of a transition. got it pretty straight now. I think the rest I can do with grinding. So I'm gonna let this cool off, and then I'm gonna basically start filing and grinding it. We'll see what happens. On my belt sander, and I know it's not what you would typically use for doing knives, but this is what we're gonna use. So here we go. Don't forget PPE. Gonna do a little handstanding, see if I can refine this some more. Okay, I've got my bevels in, I've got it rough ground. We're gonna go in for heat treat. Right now I'm thermocycling. Moment of truth. I've thermocycled I lost count of how many times. We're going for the quench. Cool, just a minute. All right, here we go. I don't hear anything bad. Went good. I don't have any warps or twists in it. That actually went really well. I think that's pretty darn straight. Alright, well, I'm going to let it cool off and then we're going to finish grinding it. Actually, let me do a hardness test. We are hard. That is a successful knife. Alright, now more gratuitous hand sanding. So my camera's messed up, so in certain lightings you get this weird, like, you can see me over there. So anyway, that's besides the point. So I thought I was pretty much done, but then I started looking at this thing and I got more work to do for sure. So I still have to grind out all of these little things. That right there. I want to get up in here, clean that back up, because that's just being a pain in the butt and won't go away. And then on this side, this is where I'm going to have trouble, because I'm going to have to remove a decent amount of material to get that out, and I don't know how far I'll be able to go, but bevels are looking pretty good. I can touch them up. This side's better than this side, so I'm going to fine tune that. And then I decided I'm not happy with how this clip point comes up and then the spine actually rounds out. So I'm gonna have to shave this down and try to like either flatten that or maybe even curve it the other way, so it would kind of it's hard to show you, but it would kind of come up like that. I don't know yet, but I definitely want to change that. So there's that. The back end is looking pretty much how I wanted it to. I'm gonna file in here a little bit more because I want it to be a little bit bigger so you can stick your finger in it if you want to, swirl it around. It's comfortable like that now. It's not a problem, but I just want it a little bit wider and a little bit smoother. And I don't know, I feel like maybe back in here it needs to be like faceted a little bit more or something, but I don't really know. This is probably the best one that I've done so far. I wish I had an actual belt grinder instead of my tabletop sander, my bench sander, but it is what it is. So that is this for now. We will revisit and we will continue on the process, and it will become a finished knife very, very soon. Thank you for watching so much. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Even if you didn't, I'd like you to anyway. Just do it. So, alright. Appreciate you watching. Thank you again, and we'll see you in the next video.